Doug, thank you. Right now we continue our journey of the year in review. Tonight, Haley Smith takes us back to the fall months of September and October.
To start off the month of September was the story of an American Falls football player whose heart stopped during practice. 17-year-old Ross Palmer's heart suddenly stopped, leaving players and coaches on their knees. His coaches quickly and calmly started doing what they'd been trained to do. They took turns doing chest compressions while checking for breathing and a pulse. They also used an automated external defibrillator from the school cafeteria, which immediately brought back a pulse. Ross spent the days following the incident in American Falls at the Intermountain Medical Center and was then transferred to Utah, where doctors placed an implantable cardiac defibrillator into his body during an 11.5-hour surgery. He hasn't had any major complications since the operation. Coach Patterson has a message for Ross, his team, and anyone else listening.
You know, yeah, he may never play football again. There's a lot more important things or a lot better things to come in his life that he's going to get to experience.
Since the surgery, Ross Palmer has been raising money in the American Falls and Pocatello areas to purchase AEDs for all 5 of the American Falls high school sports programs. Also in September was the story of 2 people who died after a head-on collision with a semi-truck on Interstate 15 just north of Fort Hall. According to Idaho State Police, 17-year-old Mika Story from Chubbuck was driving the Ford Mustang, which crossed the median on I-15, rolled and was struck by a semi-truck coming from the opposite direction. Story and 18-year-old Jacob Calbo of Blackfoot died at the scene of the crash. The driver of the semi, 57-year-old George Hernandez of Hayburn, was not injured. Moving on to October, it was a rough couple of weeks in eastern Idaho as another teen died in an accident in Power County. Officials say Jaden Shank, 16 years old, was camping with friends in the Bonanza Lake area when he fell to his death. Sheriff's deputies, Power County Search and Rescue and Emergency Medical Services responded to the Bonanza Lake area of Power County around 2:30 a.m. When law enforcement arrived, they found Jaden at the bottom of a cliff. The teenager was pronounced dead at the scene. Sheriff's deputies do not suspect foul play, but say alcohol may have played a factor. Even though school was not in session, Pocatello High School provided grief counseling support to students. Now to another high-profile case in eastern Idaho. October marked the 18th anniversary of a disappearance of a 9-year-old Custer County girl, and with it came a new picture from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children of what Stephanie Crane may look like now. Linda DeBell of the Custer County Sheriff's Office says Stephanie's case is still open, and anyone with information can call the Sheriff's Office or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. That number is 1-800-THE-LOST. Haley Smith, KPVI News 6.
All right, and we will wrap up the year tomorrow.